Hey everybody, and welcome back to the On the Map Challenge on Alma, Missouri. Today is December 1st, and we are just now finishing up soybean harvest. We waited a little bit later this year to do our soybeans because, as you can see, it's late in the afternoon in December. We usually get everything harvested by November, but we are just wrapping things up. We only had 3 fields of soybeans this year, so we don't have as many bushels. We're still bringing in about 4,000, so that's not anything horrible. But yeah, we are still running the STS. We threw our header that we've been using on the 9500. We threw it on this combine because the guy who let us use this combine only gave us a corn header. So yeah, we were able to finish out all our harvest with this. It's worked perfectly for us, and this combine it's just been overall great. But yeah, we have a few more passes, and that's harvest done for year 4. We're trying to get everything done as fast as we can. So Todd is actually on the baler right now, getting the straw up behind me. I think he's down the road at our previous field we harvested. So we are definitely trying to get it done as fast as we can. And that is all of our soybeans. I'm going to go unload the combine, and we're going to haul everything home and start cleaning up a little bit. We do have a lot of stuff to take home, so it is probably going to be a little bit. And this looks like a very tight fit with the sign right there, but we got it in. But those wagons are full, so we're going to put the rest in the chaser bin. And then I guess me and Bill are going to haul the grain home, and then we'll come back for the combine and the truck. And there we go. Just going to leave these here for a little while. Bill is already headed back, so I'm going to follow him in the 8110, and then we'll come back, as I said, to get the other stuff. Just try and get everything out of the field so Todd can finish baling the straw. But yeah, that's year 4 harvest in the books. Oh, and speaking of which, there's Todd right there. He's, I guess, just got done with that field. But no, this is year 4 harvest in the books. I'm not quite sure on the exact amount, but I think we've reached pretty close to about 20,000 bushels of grain this year in total. I know we've got just above 12,000 bushels of dried corn. We actually ran out of space at the farm, so I think for year 5 we're probably going to put another bin down so we won't have to move some of the corn in another spare bin, because right now all the bins we have on the farm are either full or have something in them. But yeah, we're going to get ready to go ahead and sell all this grain pretty soon. Now that it's December, the prices are going to start going up all the way until the end of the year. But in the meantime, I'd say we have a lot of bales to get up and a lot of grain to start hauling. And speaking of which, I'm actually kind of surprised it hasn't even started snowing yet. So hopefully tomorrow won't be super bad whenever we're trying to get up all the bales, because we just recently baled all of our alfalfa, so we have to get that up along with all the straw. December is not going to be a very shy month for us. We have a lot of stuff to get done. So we're going to get everything unloaded and brought back to the farm. We got a lot of pressure washing to do too, because all of our equipment is pretty dirty. But I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. And well, everybody, welcome to December 2nd. Today we are out here at our soybean fields, and we have to pick up the bales. This is the last field of straw we have to pick up. We're trying to hurry up and do this because in just a few more hours really, or probably tomorrow maybe, we're going to have to sell all of this straw. We've already gotten a few loads at the farm, so this will probably give us 2 more wagon loads, maybe a little more. But yeah, we definitely have a few things to do today. We have to get some of our dried corn loaded and sold off today, as well as our wheat, and then obviously, like I said, our straw. We have a good bit of it waiting to be sold. If you remember, we actually went ahead and sold a good bit of it this past summer to make some more money for the field we just bought. Well, we still have about 3 wagon loads of just the regular wheat straw sitting at the farm, and now we're going to add about 4 or 5 wagon loads of soybean straw. The prices are pretty nice right now, and it's high time for selling, so we're trying to get it down to the farm so we can sort it and go ahead and start selling it. But the big thing I'm worried about is dried corn is actually selling for a good bit right now, more so than I thought it would. And so we're going to try to get it all unloaded as fast as we can, which means that me and Bill and Todd, we're all probably going to run trucks and the wagons and everything down to town to the elevator to try and get most of this sold as fast as we can. But there is our first load. You can see how much straw we have. We do have a good bit there. And if I come around here to the hay, you can see that we have our alfalfa picked up also. So we have a lot of hay, which is going to work out perfectly, because this pasture right here, we're about to put the rest of the fence up and we're gonna have some more cows in here. I talked about it a little bit before, but it's really happening finally, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. But we're gonna run out here. We're gonna grab this. I think we might only take back one more load. I think we'll not have to come back a second time. We should get all the rest of the straw in one wagon load. We'll bring it back to the farm, and then we'll go ahead and get everything prepped to start hauling grain to the elevator. We are going to check prices and just make sure that everything is going the way we want it to. But it seems like year 4 is coming to a close. We've definitely done a lot this year. We've had plenty of pretty nice upgrades, but I would say the biggest things for me are, you know, the land purchases and the farm upgrades. I talked about it in a video I made a while ago about how every single year the profit on the farm basically doubles. I think it actually might have been at the end of year 3, if I'm not mistaken. And it's just basically how every single year all of our acres and bushels of crop and just overall income, it really does just double every single year. And I think this year some stuff might have even tripled. But the real test will be whenever we take it to the elevator and see how much money we are really going to get from everything, because I haven't talked much to you guys about what the plan is for year 5, but there's a lot of new coming. So I'm honestly really shooting for about $800,000-$900,000. Even $1 million would be nice from all of our grain selling, which is just crazy because that's not very realistic, but hey, I can't complain at all. But to talk a little bit more about year 5, we're gonna have some more upgrades to this farm right here, and then in year 6 I believe we are going to be buying a new farm so we can double our land again and our animals and just about everything. But while I'm in the truck, I am going to go ahead and come over here and grab some more bales. Now that I've got a full load, I guess we can come in here and look at the prices. So it looks like for soybean straw, and I'm trying to find normal straw, it seems like they're both coming down from a great demand because they're $30-$40 something over normal price. So I think now is pretty prime time to go ahead and start selling these bales, and we'll actually come in here and look at how much wheat is going for right now. It is also coming down from a great demand for the train, so we probably need to hurry up and just really push through this and try to get it all sold. But I'm going to sell the bales first because there is more profit in them per hour. Like, they'll lose more profit. Right now they are worth so much. The wheat and the corn and all that will stay about the same for a few days until about January, and they'll slack off. But more the merrier, so we need to go ahead and get this stuff sold. Alright, and there's our first load. Looks like we actually got a good bit of cash from that. Not actually sure how much we had before we sold that. I think it was like 9,000, so that's actually really good. We are also trying to beat the snow because it is getting colder outside. Well, it's actually getting warmer. Never mind, but the snow is coming down and we're expected to get about 11 inches today. So I am trying to get most of this sold so we won't have to clear as much snow out also. So, you know, like I said, we are definitely on a time crunch right now. We're trying to get this done as fast as possible. We do it every year, and the adrenaline rush behind it kind of makes it fun, so I guess we're just gonna enjoy the ride. There's our second load sold. Looks like we got about almost 16,000 from that. Seems like it is selling pretty easily, so we're just going to keep selling the straw. It shouldn't take too much longer. I'm going to try to hurry as fast as I can, like I said, and then I will meet up with you guys whenever I have it all sold and whenever we start selling our grain. Okay, so it has been a few hours. We got all the straw sold, and now we are going to go ahead and start selling our wheat first. Todd is in the 8110. We pulled out the old Kilbros wagons so we can haul this grain out faster. But as you can see in the top corner, we made about close to 100,000 off of all that straw. I'm not totally sure how much, but we made a good bit off of all the straw. I'm not totally sure if that's the most we've ever made, but we had a lot of bales that we had to sell. So believe me, I will take 100,000 ish from straw any day of the week. But yeah, as I said, we are gonna sell our wheat first. We have to completely empty out this bin, and then we have to move down to one of those bins down there that has the rest of the wheat in it. And then as soon as we get all the wheat emptied out from that bin, we're gonna move over to dried corn and start selling that. We do have a lot of dried corn though, so it probably is gonna take a little while to sell all of it. So we're gonna unload these wagons, then I'm gonna pull forward and let Todd unload his. and then hopefully we will be done with this pretty fast. We do have a good bit of grain to sell, so I will catch up with you guys whenever we are almost done. Well, everybody, it is now December 3rd, and we are selling the last of our dried corn today. We have about 7,000 bushels left to sell, and so we're going to get all of that to the elevator this morning, and hopefully we can take the train over to the next town and have it all sold by 12 o'clock. But we might also have to make 2 trips with the train, because not only are we selling all the dried corn, we're selling the wheat on top of that. Like I said, probably a good 22,000 bushels in total. And also, we got a lot of snow last night, and Todd has been at the farm all morning on the 8110, just kind of getting rid of all the snow with the snow blower. I mean, as you can see, he's just really made a path for me to take the corn out from the farm, and it is deep and it is still coming down. But apart from that, everything is going smoothly, and so now the driveway is not all slick. We won't have to worry about jackknifing these wagons like we did last night. It was absolutely freezing outside, and I was coming home from the last load I sold last night. I turned up the driveway and my tractor slid about 5 feet down into the pasture. Wagons came and pushed me even further, and I spent about a good while trying not to break nothing and get the wagons and the tractor unstuck. So definitely makes me feel better that we won't have to worry about that anymore. But the city definitely needs to do something about here at the elevators. The snow is still very deep out here. Tractor and the wagons are just heavy enough to just plow through it though. So, and it does look like the train is already here waiting to be loaded. It looks like the price of dried corn is steadily going up fast. Wheat had a really nice, great demand again last night, but it is now coming back down from it. Both commodities we're going to be selling today are at really good prices right now. The corn is going to keep going up. I think it's supposed to hit like 40 something by the time we sell it. It usually does spike pretty nicely in the wintertime. And I've noticed for the past couple of years here, the corn sells really nice in June also. So maybe one year if we have a lot of corn, just say next year if we have 30,000 bushels, we could sell 12,000 in the winter and then 12,000 the following summer, so that we would have a lot of cash in a 6-month span of time instead of just having it all come in at the end of every year. Just something to think about. So I mean, that wouldn't hurt to try to figure something like that out. But we still have a lot of corn to sell. Like I said earlier, it's probably going to take till about lunch, maybe a little after. So I'm just going to keep sending wagon loads to the elevator, and I will catch back up with you whenever we have it all at the elevator and we are going to get ready to sell it. So it has been, well, a few hours. We are loading up the rest of our corn because we had already taken a load because there was so much crop we could not fit it all on one load, and now we have 9,000 more bushels to sell. As you can see in the top corner, we are very rich right now, and we're about to be even more rich. And actually, I don't even know if this will fit on 2 loads. We might have to get all this in 3. But we sold about 4,000 or 5,000 bushels of dried corn and 5,000 bushels of wheat, I believe. It might have been a little bit less than that, but as you can see, we got about $500,000 from it. But yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to come back for a 3rd time to really get everything. Usually we just send it on down with 1 load, and actually last year we only had the first hopper and that middle car full. This year we've had all 3 of them full twice, so we have definitely stepped it up this year. We have pulled off so much more in terms of grain. I'm telling you, it doubles every year. But here we go. We're about to sell the 2nd load already. Very curious to see how much this is going to give me. And another 300,000. Now we are at $955,000. I'm going to call the train back in one more time because we have just a little bit more to sell. We have just over 1,000 bushels left to sell, but this has gone way better than I expected it to. For the first time on this series, we are just shy of $1 million. I really did not think it would only take us 4 years to make $1 million, but our farm is growing so fast that now I'm not even doubting us from here on out. So let's just go ahead and sell the last little bit. Let's see if we can actually break that 1 million mark. Oh, well, we're $2,000 shy. Oh, that is absolutely crazy. Well, we couldn't break the $1 million mark, but we got very close. And honestly, I'm not complaining at all from how much cash we got off of that. We are definitely so much better off than we were. And year 5 is going to look very different than what even I thought it would, just because of how much cash we now really have. But before we start buying, I am going to take the rest of the day off and clean up the yard with the snowblower. I'm also going to finish repairs with Todd, and Bill is also at the shop now. So I think we're just going to go ahead and try to get some of this done. Shouldn't take too long, and as soon as we do, I'm going to show you guys some of our new purchases. But before we get too far into snow blowing, I'm actually going to show you guys what we are going to be purchasing in year 5 field wise. We're going to be purchasing field number 40. It's the one that's been right beside our farm for a while, and you can just see how very big it is. It's valued at $438,000, but that's no match for us because we just bought it. You can also see how good the expected yield is on this field. So that is the first field that we have just purchased. The second one is going to be something a little different. It's going to be field number 23 up here next to field 26 and 27. The biggest reason we are looking at this field is because, number one, its size, but look at how good the expected yield is out of this field. It's a no-brainer. And just like that, 2 brand new plots of land. So at the end of year 4, this is what our land is looking like. We have put a lot of money in this, and I'm thinking before long we're going to look at this field, this field, this field, and then all this up here. We're probably going to wait a few years to purchase like 29 and 33, as they are both $700,000. And so those are our 2 field purchases. Kind of feels good to just go ahead and purchase them and get them off our chest. Field number 40 especially is an absolutely massive field. Whenever we put crop on it and actually start to harvest it, you will be able to tell, but it is our biggest field now, and you can actually see it out there over the top of this barn right here. It's all a giant grass field, so we'll probably have to cut it with a disc bind and bale it, and then we might put some crop on it right after we cut it, or we might just cultivate it up and use the grass as like a cover crop and just throw some corn or something on it right now. I'm not totally sure what we're gonna do yet, but it's definitely open for many possibilities. But we're just going to keep getting everything all cleared of snow, even right up against the house at the driveway. Needs it. The snowblower was a really good investment from the start. It has been doing well for us every single year, so it is a little bit small, so we might need to upgrade at some point, but gone are the days of pushing snow with a front loader or a bulldozer. But I think I'm going to wrap this up. Shouldn't take me too much longer to get everything all cleaned up. And I'm going to park this in the shop for the night, and then I will meet up with you guys at the store tomorrow, because we're going to be taking a look at everything we are purchasing for year 5. So I'll see you all then. Well, everybody, it is now January 1st, and even though it does still say year 4, we are officially in year 5. As you can see, my money is a lot lower than it was yesterday, so we are going to drive down to the store and see what we have bought for year 5. And so no hints, no teasers. I'm just going to drive by everything, show it off a little bit. We have tree in the way. We have a few new tools and a few new pieces of equipment, and so I'm just going to get out and we're going to have a look at everything. So I'll start with probably the most obvious one. We finally have a really big tractor on the farm. I know the Magnum and the 8110 are considered big tractors, but this is a 375 horsepower tractor. It's a 9320. It's an older tractor, but we got a super great deal on it, and it is going to pull this cultivator right here, which is our next new piece of equipment. This is just a field cultivator. It's 10 meters, so we're starting to switch to that 10 meter kind of width for all of our equipment. And we had to have a bigger tractor to pull something of this size. And this tractor will probably also pull the grain carts, I believe. The 8110 just struggles just a good bit enough to want to change it on something else. And then we also have a new lime and fertilizer spreader. This is a Mobility 1000 spreader. We've had the same spreader since the start of the On the Map challenge, and so I thought it was time to give it an upgrade, and we can throw duals on this at any time we need to. We also have this ripper. It's basically like a subsoiler, and we are selling off our Alice Chalmers mini till for this thing. It's almost double, if not triple the size of the Alice Chalmers, and an upgrade we've been needing for a while. And again, the 9320 will be pulling this because our tractors right now cannot pull them. And then our last tool we have purchased is a John Deere round baler. It's definitely a lot bigger and newer than the one we're using right now, and we're just buying it because the other one's worn out and it needs an upgrade. And then the last two pieces are pretty self-explanatory. This is my brand new pickup truck. The Ford is not getting sold, but it's going to stay on the farm as a farm truck. And this is now my new, I guess you could call it like a personal truck. And then over here, the farm has a semi-truck now. We still have to get like a grain trailer, and we're probably going to get a lowboy too, so we can haul stuff on the farm to different places. But that'll be coming probably this summer. So we just went ahead and we only bought the semi. We got a really great deal for it. And there is more to come. Like, speaking of which, we talked to the guy who had that combine that let us use that combine during harvest, and we have now purchased the I think it's a 9870 STS. That is now our combine, which means the 9500 and all of its heads are probably going to be sold off. And we also bought the corn head and the corn head trailer, and so we're going to have to get a draper head or a reel head and a header trailer for that head. So yeah, a lot of old pieces of equipment are going to get sold. This is our new fleet lineup. Noticing a trend here with the red and the green, but I think it looks absolutely sweet. So we're going to jump in the 9320, start it up for the first time, and we're going to start to haul some of this stuff back to the farm. And so now that I've showed off all the new equipment, there will still be changes and upgrades to come. Like the first thing that I forgot to mention off the top of my head a while ago, just like this right here, this is going to be a pasture very soon. Like I had mentioned, we are still going through with it. So hopefully by the next episode at least, this pasture will have some more cows in it. And then also some more bins over here at the bin site. But the yard is a mess right now because we have to figure everything out. But I'm just going to leave this big old tractor right here for right now. And I think I'm going to end this one here, guys. So year 4 has been absolutely amazing. We've definitely stepped up our game from the last couple of years, and now we're ready for what year 5 has in store. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.